My why is my family, my wife, my children, my time spent at home. I'm able to get back home and not travel as much. I control my time, and what that allows me to do is be present in my kids' life and my soccer in my kids' soccer games. I'm able to take my wife to the appointments and doctor's appointments that she needs for her eyes. So my why is my family.
My husband and my kids. When my husband, he's happy when he's doing what he likes. That's dealing with investors, finding deals, learning, teaching. So if he's happy, the whole family is happy. And all my kids are learning with him. I'm learning with him, and we are all growing together. So this new thing that Sean founded after his almost 30 years of construction changed him so much. That's why my wife, because I love to see my husband happy, doing what he likes, and making my kids happy because they want to do the same thing as he does.
Being at that age, at like 10 years old, and then just see a lot of like kids that they were walking with like no shoes, or even some regions in my country where they don't have pure water, so they were like drinking contaminated water. So the life, usually the people were dying in that region around like 20 or 25 years old. That was the expectation of like of the life. So just by knowing that I can do this multifamily investing, and then first build my financial freedom, and then just keep going and have that extra money, extra resources to be able to just go back and help all those families, communities. They don't have like food, they don't have a clean water, so they don't have even clothes, they don't have opportunities, right? Even thinking in a different level, just go and give advices to people, just to be able to inspire them to for them to take action that is possible, right? Just by showing up. So that's my why. That's my why basically, because I just want to go back there as soon as I I have my game figured out. First my financial expenses, and then just keep going and have the freedom to be able to help other people. So that is basically my why.
Freedom of choice and freedom of time. I've built businesses over these last 20 years, and we have given our all, blood, sweat, and tears, literally, into our businesses. And it's always been trading time for money. So I'm ready to trade money for more money and allowing ourselves to have that freedom. My husband and I are empty nesters now. Kids are grown and thriving. And now this just allows us an outlet to be able to have that freedom of choice without it being such a burden of we have to make all the decisions. We have to actually go into work, sit at a computer. This is more about work anywhere. It's about multiple streams of income, and that is my why.
Has a lot more to do with where I come from than where I'm going. My why is about legacy. I grew up in not only like physical poverty, like my environment, but also the way that people thought around me. There was a tendency to focus on survival and not think about the next generation and what would it take to build a family legacy. So my personal why, that is my why.
So I discovered earlier that if I was trying to do this alone, probably it will take me longer time, right? So I decided to partner up with people with like-minded people, so to be able to have that accountability there, right? Because sometimes even you don't feel right. You don't. A lot of people say like maybe I didn't wake up with the right food, right? But having a partner next to you, telling you like, hey man, how are you feeling today? No, I'm not feeling good. Yeah, let's go. Just remember our goals, remember this and that. So having an accountability person in your life, like even it could be your spouse, it could be somebody else, somebody from your family, it's key. Because if you try to do this alone, it's going to be taking you a longer time, because the reality is like sometimes there are days that you don't feel like you want to do anything, right? But having a somebody that it could be even your responsibility, right? Because you both agree in accomplish some goals. So if you're not working towards that, you're going to be affecting the whole team, right?
So, how I stay motivated in business, even in the times I feel stuck, is just understanding why I'm doing what I'm doing. If I don't have enough reason, then it doesn't make sense to me. So, I have literally been super determined to say no, that if it does not go towards what I'm building. And so I'm willing to be frustrated. I'm willing to have some of the early challenges that are going to get me to my next, because it aligns with where I'm going. I can do that if it makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, then it's not worth it to me. And I just have to be very, very disciplined on what I say yes to and what I say no to. And if I say yes, I'm committed in the ups and downs, because it's going to get me closer to my goal.
Personally, it is reaching out to other people, having a conversation, really and truly getting input. And for me, that's audible. I'm an audible person, so I function and I respond to somebody else's voice, whether that's an audiobook, whether that's a conversation, whether it's getting on a Zoom call. But that is really what motivates me emotionally when I feel stuck. I say this often. Real estate is emotional before it's functional. Real estate is relational before it's functional. So for me, when I run into that stuck, that rut, that feeling that we all wrestle with, sometimes daily, the breakthrough, the breakout for me is engaging with other people that I am running with. And I allow them to speak into my mindset and my heart set. That's the key difference. I don't listen to just let people talk. I listen to learn and grow.
Getting into multifamily has changed my life because I'm able to buy my time back. So when I was not in multifamily or in real estate, I was traveling a tremendous amount with my W-2 and staying away from my family. So multifamily has really changed my life and allowing me to buy my time back, which in turn I'm able to spend with my family.
Multifamily changed everything in the dynamic in my house, because now my husband, he's working from home. So he's home all the time. He's in his office. He's always working. But anything happen, any call, he's down there. I text him, I message him, and he comes down. So we have been spending a lot of more family time together, and we know for sure we are investing, and we're gonna have the return.
It changed my life about thinking bigger, because I remember that, as soon as I moved to this country, I always wanted to do real estate, because my family back in Colombia, some of my grandfather and grandmother, they own some apartments there. So now they don't work. They have some money coming in from that. So I was like, okay, let's do the same in the United States, right? But then I was doing the same single families and this and that. But as soon as I discovered that multifamily is possible to buy if you have the right team and if you are willing to do the work, so that just kind of blew my mind, because right now I can't just go and buy a $6, $7, $10 million property without, all the headaches about doing it myself, right? So multifamily impact me about think bigger. Now I have partners that are in a high level, right? So I always have this quote that I hear that from everybody. It's like, you need to be surrounding yourself from, the people that are in a different level. So by being in this world multifamily, I start surrounding myself with people in a different level.
Well, multifamily has changed our lives, because literally in a short amount of time, in a year, we went from 0 to over 1,000 doors. And that is our investment portfolio. And it wasn't a lot of work. That's what I love about it. So I can only imagine, going from 0 to 40 million assets under management in a year. What does that look like for year 2, 3, 4? It would be super hard for me to build a business like that from scratch, worth and value that much. And so this is why I love multifamily, because I can expedite the results. We can do it together as a team. Everybody is winning together, and we're making big plays in the meantime.
Expanding my capacity to think on a much bigger level, specifically the people and the processes around multifamily and how that industry functions in a day-to-day manner, and also the impact it has over time. I tell people it is a short play and a long play, not only financially, but just in the development of me as a team member. I am not in a solo game anymore. I'm part of a team. So that is a significant change in my life. Multifamily has significantly changed my life regarding how I think about the development and the ownership of real estate investment assets.
MIA is set apart from the rest because we have a conglomerate of experience coming together that everybody brings a different piece to the table. So I have construction experience. Another member will bring experience with investor relations. Another member will bring some corporate into the play, and then yet another member will bring in maybe experience into closing a deal. So it's a combination of great professionals, experienced professionals, and we all bring something different to the table that can be taught and coached and learned by our students.
MIA has a conception of personal, more detailed, step by step, how you're gonna learn. Because it's easy to go somewhere, they just throw a lot of information at you, they say, go get a deal, and you don't know what to do. There's many steps you have to do. In MIA, it's here to help you go through that. It's more personal.
By having this alliance, where now we can come together and help more people, it's something that really I saw a lot of like potential in this, and this is gonna be for sure because, for example, my goal, as I share in another videos, is impact like in the next 10 years a million families by them becoming investors, or like at least change the mindset. So the question is, how long is going to be taking me if I just do that myself, right? But now having a model investor alliance, where now we have more partners, is going to be we're going to be able to impact more lives faster, right? And then we have the same goal, same mindset, so we are already like the last word, the A, it's the alliance. We always say that align. So we're aligning values, in principle, in goals and everything. So being part of this community to be able to impact more people, it's something that excite me from my heart.
Model Investor Alliance is all about just aligning the right people together. And so we think about modeling. A model is just something to follow. And so if we're modeling the right steps, if we're modeling the right assets to go after, or modeling a great teammate, then that's what Model Investor Alliance is. It's not just a group of people, it's not just a network, but it's about, we're committed to modeling excellence, and we're committed to each other and the growth. So I think it's just a next layer of any kind of group. That's what sets us apart, is the commitment level to being the best of the best and modeling excellence in all of our decisions, all of the resources that we give. We want to be able to train people, because at the end of the day, it's about building a qualified, educated partner that we can go do big things with. And it's not, the end game is also different, right? It's not just the education, it's not just the collaboration, but it's let's go build empires together.
I love this question because it is at the heart of our why collectively. We are the solution for the in-between. We are the platform and the foundation for the new person that is coming into real estate investment, looking for a place to land and learn. From there, it is a door and a gateway to these other incredible mentors that are out there, the big names, the big processes, the big programs. But Model Investor Alliance truly is, think of it like a school. Think of it like literally like I get to go to college and I get to learn from multiple persons, multiple personalities, from multiple walks of life, all condensed into one dynamic approach that we call the Model Investor Alliance. We are powerful together.